The violinist's neck. All right, everyone, settle down. Look at this image on the screen. Before we delve into the biomechanics and surgical indications, I want to tell you the story behind this specific piece of engineering. This isn't just titanium and polyethylene. It's the story of a concert violinist named Eliza. Eliza presented in my clinic with a chief complaint of excruciating pain radiating down her left arm, accompanied by a tingling numbness in her thumb and index finger. She couldn't hold her bow with the delicate precision her art required. For a world-class musician, this was a potential career-ending catastrophe. What does that presentation suggest to you? Precisely, Dr. Sharma. A classic C5-C6 cervical radiculopathy. The intervertebral disc, our spine's natural shock absorber, had herniated. It was like a jelly donut being squeezed, with the filling pressing directly onto the nerve root that controlled her arm and hand. The conductor of her own body was sending faulty signals. For decades, our primary solution was an anterior cervical discectomy and fusion, or ACDF. We would remove the offending disc and fuse the two vertebrae together. It's a reliable procedure for eliminating pain, but it comes at a cost. Motion. You create a solid block where there was once a joint. For a desk worker, that loss of a few degrees of motion might be negligible. But for Eliza, who needed the fluid, subtle tilt and turn of her head to flow with her music, fusion was a last resort. That's where this device, the artificial disc, changed the story. We still remove the damaged disc, but instead of a bone graft and plate, we insert this. Look at the design. The two metal end plates integrate with the vertebral bodies above and below. But the core, that's the genius. It's a highly durable polymer that mimics the function of the natural disc. It allows the vertebrae to glide and pivot. It preserves motion. The surgical approach is a marvel of anatomical knowledge. We enter through the front of the neck, making a small incision in a natural skin crease. We navigate a plane between the carotid sheath and the trachea/esophagus. It's a delicate corridor that leads us directly to the anterior aspect of the cervical spine with minimal disruption. For Eliza, the result was almost immediate. She woke up from anesthesia, and the radicular pain in her arm was gone. The numbness took a few weeks to resolve fully, but the relief was profound. Her biggest challenge was adhering to post-op restrictions and not immediately reaching for her beloved violin. Three months later, she played for me, not in a concert hall, but right there in my clinic. It was a Bach partita. The music was flawless, and so was the movement in her neck, fluid, graceful, and painless. We hadn't just performed a surgery, we had restored an artist to her art. So when you look at this hardware, don't just see a medical device. See the patient, see the problem it solves, and the function it restores. Understand the story. That is the essence of what we do. Now let's discuss the material properties of cobalt chrome versus titanium.